ask you, when it comes to Tamar Braxton, is it a bad decision? Alleged attempted suicide? Or could it be something far more sinister, such as a... Hey guys, so what I want to ask you, first of all, thanks for returning back to my channel. Thank you for subscribing, liking, and sharing this video, and commenting down below. Now, I want to ask you, when it comes to Tamar Braxton, is it a bad decision? Alleged attempted suicide? Or could it be something far more sinister, such as attempted murder? Hey guys, welcome to ReligionWinked TV, where my spiritual ear stays. Bringing to the nonsense and the demonic stuff and the evil stuff of this world. What's up, y'all? I suggest you subscribe down below, follow this channel, and let your light so shine before all the men to see as well. Thank you so much for stopping by my channel. I really do appreciate you. Yeah. And I hope we can keep this relationship going on for a very long time. That's spirit days. I'll see you inside the video. Thanks. Check this out and I'll be back with the rest of my commentary.
In the ABC 7 newsroom, and happening right now, Eyewitness News has learned actress and singer Tamar Braxton is hospitalized this morning. Police were called to the Ritz-Carlton residences on Olympic Boulevard last night for a possible overdose. We're told Braxton is in stable condition. She and her boyfriend host a YouTube show called Coupled and Quarantined. She's also the sister of singer Toni Braxton. When news breaks.
So it goes on to say Tamar Braxton hospitalized after police respond to report of attempted suicide at LA residence. Now remember Whitney Houston at Clive Davis' party back in 2011. Damn, it's been 9 years already. And it's just kind of eerie and kind of gives off the same vibes as that night. But hopefully let's just see what's going on before we make any real judgment against whatever this is. Los Angeles. Grammy-nominated singer Tamar Braxton was hospitalized Thursday evening after police responded to a report of possible overdose and suicide attempt at a residence in downtown Los Angeles high-rise. Our sister station, KABC, has learned. Residence in the 900 block of Olympic Boulevard, where a woman was found unresponsive and conscious. A spokesperson for the Los Angeles Police Department said she was transported to California Hospital Medical Center, which is located about a mile from the skyscraper, and was listed in stable condition. A source later confirmed to KABC that the hospitalized woman was Braxton, aka Tamar Braxton. No other details were immediately disclosed. One of Braxton's four sisters is a fellow singer, Toni Braxton. Tamar Braxton is an alum of the ABC reality competition show Dancing with the Stars and the reality show Braxton Family Values. And I'm going to go on and say that she was one of the best personalities on the real daytime TV talk show. In November 2015, Tamar Braxton announced that she was dropping out of the season's Dancing with the Stars competition because she had been diagnosed with blood clots in both of her legs. And guys, please get yourself checked out. Tamar could very well have still been dealing with this. She was hospitalized for this before. She had to take time off the reel because of the dancing show, and then while on the dancing show she came down with the blood clots, I do believe. So guys, please, and this may be why she was still taking prescribed medication, whether it was prescribed by the doctors or off the streets. We're not really sure about that, right? So then it goes on to say, if you are someone you know is emotionally distressed or considering suicide, call the National Suicide Prevention Hotline at 1-800-273-TALK 8255. That's 1-800-273-8255. The Walt Disney Company is the parent company of ABC Television Network and ABC 7, if that means anything to you. All right, guys. So what I want to tell you about Tamar Braxton is there's a lot going on behind the scenes that we really don't know about. I mean, from her new show, Get Your Life, to how she was supposed to be portrayed on there, to issues with possibly her new boyfriend not allowing her ex-husband Vince to be in their house, in his house, allegedly.
We just made it red carpet official.
Yeah, with my big brother, house guests. I love them so much.
I met with your boo.
You know, I'm trying to get away from that. I don't even know how to act about that. Like, this is like, what happened? Is your lady okay?
You kept it under wraps for a long time. Did you think twice about bringing it to the show?
Absolutely. I thought long and hard about it. And, I mean, it's what my life is about, you know, and so why not? You know, we're not hiding anything, so why not?
There was like
there's just something eerie about the fact that this man sat by. Alright guys, so as you can see in this video, Tamar's a little giddy, being asked about her relationship with David. Months after they broke up, you can see some of the reports. Tamar is being asked about how he gets along with her son Logan, and she responds that they get along fine. She also was asked in this interview, when is she going to get divorced from Vince? And I do believe they're divorced now. But in this interview, she was like, oh, it's coming. I'm not too sure. And you kind of get the idea that maybe she wasn't ready to get divorced from Vince. And then what else is he asking her about when she may get married again? And she kind of was abrasive and pushed that question off as well. So you guys let me know what you think about Tamar and her whole amazing personality, her being divorced from Vince, and watched her do pills and drink. And what I want to say here is, could he have possibly gave her the concoction? Allegedly, it is something about this that we should not be trusting. First of all, I would hope to think that Tamar did not try to take her life. She has so much to offer this world, and her son Logan, not to mention any other children she may mother in the future. Her family, her followers, you know, she has a lot to offer. So let's just take it back to some of the beginning of where Tamar used to be on The Real, one of the best, I think, personalities on The Real. And Tamar pretty much told us a story there where she used to get abused by the boyfriend before Vince. So Tamar has a long history of abusive relationships. Even allegedly with her ex-husband Vince. There was reports out years ago that her mother came forward witnessing some abuse and things to that nature. There's also been issues with her and her mother in the media not too long ago. So the girl has been under an extreme amount of pressure. A lot of pressure. Right? And not to mention the pressure she was always under behind her sister Toni, who went on to be an R&B diva, and Tamar in her own right, but never at the status or level where her sister Toni made it, right? So we got a lot going on with Tamar, and my question to you in the beginning of this video, was it a bad decision? Was it a bad decision to mix pills and alcohol. And again, we have to figure out what kind of pills they were. Were they prescribed? Are they in Hollywood? You can buy pretty much anything you want over the counter, over the internet, in the bathroom stalls, in the subways, the bus stations, in the Ubers, and hell, there's even some reports that Sonics, and I know this is a little bit off topic, but Sonics had, this is the fast food restaurant chain, had supervisors getting caught down in, I believe it was Kentucky one time, selling drugs out the restaurant. So it's possible to cop illegal prescribed medications anywhere besides the doctor's office nowadays. So did Tamar make a bad decision by making a decision to take the drugs and to take the alcohol at the same time? Was she coerced to do it? Generally, when people are drinking, usually they have someone else around them, especially socially. Now, if you're an alcoholic, you don't need anybody around to drink with you. You're just going to wake up any time of the day, all day, every day, and get your drink on, regardless of who's there. But in Tamar's situation, we pretty much see her with her boyfriend, David, maybe alleged fiance, I'm not really sure, but we see her with him a lot, to the point where we see him drinking as well. Is he doing pills with her? Were they having a, Molly cocktail party or some sort? Was it a bad decision? A lot of times we're not cognizant, or we're not aware, or we don't pay attention to what the hell we're doing before it's too late. And hopefully in Tamar's situation, it's not too late. Last report said that she was stable in the hospital. I haven't heard anything after that. Hopefully she's still alive while this video is being made. But my question I have to her family, friends, followers, when she's able to answer it, or if you guys can answer it for her, was this planned? Even the choice to take the pills and the alcohol together. Yeah, we all make bad choices, and hopefully this one doesn't cost Tamar too much of her life. It cost her a part of her life already, but there's redemption, and God is in the business of restoring us whole, and Tamar knows that. I know her family is spiritual, and they will find the peace that they need, I do believe, to overcome this. Now, moving right along, alleged suicide, okay? Was it planned? Did she want to take her life? With all the pressures going on, with everybody coming at her, even being involved with social media, some of the comments that the followers and some fans and foes make in the comments can drive a person to want to take their life, and probably have done so in the past. Is this Tamar's situation right here? Is Tamar looking for a way out, a way of an escape? Some people will use suicide as a way of an escape, but God says, I will make a way of an escape for you. So we have to get our faith up, y'all. Faith comes by hearing, and hearing by the word of God. We listen to all these other executives of the world, all these masters and masses of the world, but we're not listening to God. So was this planned? Was Tamar at the point where she couldn't cope anymore? And for those of you who find yourselves there, here's a phone number for you to call to get you some help. And then even then, I'm not sure all of these mental health clinics and teachings and coping mechanisms work for everybody. Some people are scientific, some people are spiritual. So you have to find out what works best for you and get the best plan in place for your recovery, so you can be recovered from the thoughts of wanting to take your life if this is what happened to Tamar Braxton. Now, I want to talk about, let's talk about David, a man from Africa. Tamar didn't know much about him other than the fact that, most women in Hollywood don't want to be without a man. And after a breakup and a run with Vince, being the producer of Toni Braxton, having an alleged affair with Laura Gobon, allegedly, if I'm saying the name right, and other issues. I mean, Tamar's a nice looking girl. There's got to be some rumors and some incidences where she may have been flirty, or, just with her music career, the way she dressed, Vince could have been a little jealous on the inside. You never know. But problems arose in their marriage for them to get separated and divorced, I do believe. Now, in Hollywood, going through that kind of stuff, women don't like to be alone. I don't know why you don't like to be alone, but every man is not for everybody. And maybe this man, David, was just an illusion for Tamar to be soothed and wooed and comforted through her grieving of her breakup with Vince. But I don't feel they really knew each other. I think it was just for Hollywood show and tell. He could very well have some animosity in him, and people won't show it externally. They'll hold all of this in. They'll plot, they'll scheme, they'll try to take advantage of your weakness. And if pills and drinking is and was Tamar's weakness, this man may know that and been watching that and plotting this out, for his gain. You guys, let me know what you think about this whole entire situation down below. Was it a bad choice on Tamar Braxton? Wasn't it an alleged suicide attempt? Which a bad choice and alleged suicide attempt is not the same thing. You could be drinking and then you're already impaired and you say, oh, let me take this pill for pain, not realizing they don't go together. That doesn't mean she tried to take her life. It just means it was a bad decision. Now, if she knows that taking these alleged prescribed pills for whatever condition she may have, we don't really know her to be sick or in pain. So where are they getting these pills from? People, think about it. But if she took the pills and the alcohol together, hoping it would take her life, then that's an alleged suicide attempt. And we're really not sure if that's the case. We don't know if Tamar basically tried to take her own life. And we don't know if her alleged boyfriend, David, I can't pronounce his last name, has anything to do with it, allegedly. Yes, he may love Tamar. Yes, there may be some outwardly affection between the two of them. They seem like a nice couple. I remember when she first got with him, everybody was saying how buff and nice his dress. He's from Africa. He's a nice man. But sometimes in a relationship, especially if the ex and the child father is still involved, there may be some issues arising out of that. So with that being said, let me know what you guys think about this whole entire situation. What have you done to, support Tamar and her family? Are you using your platform for awareness on mixing pills and drinking together? Alleged attempted suicide and or attempted murder, because there have been situations where people have been drugged by their spouse and lost their lives. So
Beauty and the Beast. When Nicole Ledger met the monster, it was a recipe for murder, literally.
He's gonna kill me. I fully believe he's gonna kill me.
Nicole's story will send chills down your spine. She was stalked, held hostage, and sexually assaulted by the very person who once proclaimed he passionately loved her.
So again, God bless you. May he smile upon you, make his face to shine upon you, be gracious unto you, his countenance rest in you, and his shalom peace be in, on, and all around you in the midst of all your circumstances. So when life gets hard, we don't run to the pills, we don't run to the alcohol, we don't run to the drugs, we don't run to compulsive, obsessive, perverted sex and things of that nature. We find ways to cope with whatever it is we're going through. And I like to encourage you to cope with the word of God, because that seems to help Christ out of his situation when he was being persecuted to be crucified. And I think that we have to put on the mind of Christ to walk in this life, as Solomon said, strategically being godly in an ungodly world. Now, is there anything wrong with taking pills if prescribed by the doctor and taken within context? Not at all. Is there anything wrong with drinking? Not at all, as long as you don't get intoxicated and become a glutton, a wine bibber, as long as you stay vigilant and sober, on watch and on guard, and don't desire to be a deacon, because it says in the Bible, if you desire to be a deacon, don't drink, okay? Is it wrong with thoughts of suicide? The devil plays on all of us at some point in time with thoughts of whatever. Thank God suicide has not been a friend of mine, or alleged attempted suicide or the thoughts thereof. But for some people, we get to the brink of, we wish somebody dead before. Sometimes we wish we were dead. I'd rather be dead than to deal with this. And that's kind of like what Tamar said in one of her posts, that, I'd rather be dead than to love like this, than to be oppressed like this, than to be treated like this. Was she talking about her job and her career? Because who do you have to love on a job? Who do you have to love in your career? Who do you have to love outside of your relationship? Or was she talking about her relationship with David, trying to love a man that may not really love her, or that may throw up her situation with Vince in her face? Because Nene, her good friend, did a post and basically said, check on your strong friends. She been trying to help Tamar through this situation. In life, people really do hurt, and people really do go through real stuff that's painful. So with all of that being said, guys, let me know what you think about this whole entire situation. And again, let's wish Tamar well, everybody involved. But, let's also be wise in these last days, make better decisions, not to make bad choices, to mix different drugs and alcohol together. Let's be wise in these last days to value our life, the life God gave us. All right. And also be mindful of the men and women you choose to date in this world, because at some point in time, they can turn on you and not value your life as much as you value yours. Be jealous of the success you may have and that they may not have been offered or obtained, and can downwardly, secretly, like Psalms 55, their words could be smooth as butter, but yet war is in their heart. And we all know Tamar has a song called Love and War. So, not only in love and war in relationships, but there's love and war on a job. There's love and war within ourselves. There's love and war with God and the devil, and who you're going to choose to side with in these last days. By my channel, I appreciate it. You're watching ReligionWinked TV, and guys, we sip all the TV can with no shade, talking everything up to Yahweh. Why? Who the hell else should you be talking to in these last days? Hey guys, subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much. Please hit the post notification bell so you're notified when I go live, upload, and or premiere. Please thumbs up this video. Don't forget to click bell. Follow me at IG and YouTube at ReligionWinked TV, and also Facebook, drillmurray.com for all your spirituality needs. Don't forget giveaways and or donations are accepted on this channel, and my spiritual ears stay. I'm here to tell you, if you walk after the spirit, you reap everlasting life, no matter what you go through. And if you walk after the flesh, you reap controversy and news being reported about you, allegedly taking your own life, mixing cocktails together, having not such a good relationship, like Tamar Braxton and so many people like her. So guys, my spiritual ears stay. And let me know what you think down below about this whole entire sad situation. Peace.